Ah, I forgot. I got it. Okay. So something that interests me, by the way, is this little tidbit. I don't get that at all. Which one am I looking for? I'm looking for this one. Then MX. I'm busy with a lot of things, really. We got the music campfire. Why ain't that just a hoot? Oh, there might actually be some music change in this one. Music campfire. Sorry, it's really late. I should not be recording right now, but I thought, I'd make at least a little bit of video. Because like I said, even if you do it just a little bit every day, if you do something every day, you'll get someplace. Like even if you just pull your pen across the paper a little bit and say, that's a sketch, you still did something. You still kept your hand fresh. You kept your mind fresh. So that you can't say, I did nothing today. Well, you did something. It wasn't much, but you did something. You can show that yesterday what's up. I've been doing a lot of stuff. I've just been generating a lot of characters because I'm nervous for tomorrow. But mostly just generating characters. It's fun. I found out about the Oriental Adventures. And I made a Tengu who delivers mail, who's freaking awesome. Like, holy shit, she'll fuck you up with her ninjato. I want her to have more feats, though. If one more level and she can... what am I going to get, though? Ooh, I don't want to get something sexy. What was it? I had a perfect feat in mind. What's the level up? It was something, alright. Yeah. But anyway, it's a Tengu. She gets, like, spells and such. It's kind of neat. It's, like, not much, but... she's more help than my fucking kobold was, in terms of spell casting. She gets to cast the spells a couple of times, at least. Why are we talking about his face? I like this. I like this. I'm so happy that we're going back to... See, that's what bothers me about Lorm's date and those types of dates in general is... once I start talking too much about the lore, it just loses all of its appeal. It just becomes so flat. Let the lore speak for itself, like with the Dean. Instead of it being the fucking focus of the conversation, you know? I mean, even if they'd split it up, I'd still... never mind. I'm actually interested in Oriental Adventures, because you got Naga people, you got bird people. I want to do something with Tengu, they're cute. I want to smooch them. Big smooch for little boys. Kind of weird how Tengu are both they spellcast and they get like a bunch of spells too. Like they get a bunch of at will abilities. Like Jesus Christ, man. Like they're not that high challenge rating. You shouldn't be buffing them up with all this crap, man. Jesus Christ, man. Oh man. Oh man. I like how you can miss this if you don't drink. That's kind of neat because you can miss it and then talk to Zhong and then go back. Of course, the Tengu also carries a fucking katana. Because that's apparently the character trait. Like, when you take a monster, if they come with something, they get to use it. So even though katana's an exotic weapon proficiency, she gets to fucking use it. And gets weapon finesse for it! And she's like 6 dexterity modifier because of how I set her character up. Ah! Holy crap. Hits like a truck. Well, actually, she just hits... She already has, like, double attack. And with the ninjato, she already has... Oh, man. Oh, that hurts. It's gonna hurt if you get hit by that, though. You're gonna get smacked. Smack, smack, smackety, smack, smack. Ow! Chibaba. It's great. should just get a weapon finesse, because I think the Jato are light weapons, which would mean that they would apply for dexterity bonus, which would mean that she could just fuck you up. She doesn't have much strength, but getting hit by 2d6 plus 4? Damn! That messes up your day. I like how I'm talking about this. Am I gonna end up like Spoony Bart? Probably, because I like talking about this. And I want to be a DM that has good stories. And the kind of stories where I'm like, yeah, I kind of fudged the dice, but in the end, everything still worked out the same way. It's like fucking fate. I try my best, but I can't lie for that long. Because at some point, you're going to have to compromise, or else you're going to sound like a liar. Don't mind the chaos, I just switched to chaotic good, and it just isn't working out for me. Oh man, I still think that the alignment system's kind of weird, because there's so many scopes you can look at it. You can look at alignment as, like, society, or at, like, personal level. Is lawful having a code of honor, or is lawful obeying the law? Is good doing good for all the world, or good for your society? Because in that respect, I'm pretty sure kobolds are chaotic good. They're not gonna fuck over their society. Like, they're trying to help further their tribes. They're social animals. They're good by nature. That's a really... But that makes sense. If you're a social animal, you're probably, like, to some extent good by nature. In some scope, you're good by nature. Because you can be good, like Trump. Like, he does what he thinks is good for the coal industry. Like, that's good. You're giving people jobs. To some extent, or you're preserving them. That's good. But on a grander scale, it's really, really bad. And it's really evil. And it's really selfish. And that's kind of the problem that many people have with alignments is scope. What is the scope of an alignment? Is it your group, your team, your party, or is it everyone? Or is it just you and your direct family? Your adventure? Like, you can say you can be evil, but not to the party. Like, you're evil, but the party's fine. The party, you can be chaotic evil, but the party's fine, you know? Like, you're not gonna hurt the party. You're not gonna blow up a city. But in the middle of the wilderness, all bets are off with everyone else, you know? That kind of stuff. Or just pickpockets. Like, it's really hard. You have to contextualize it. Oh. I like how Bryce is apparently moving. That's a nice little talk point, I guess. The problem is, if you need that kind of talk points to make a character interesting, your character probably sucks. Just fucking saying. Nah, that's kind of mean. What I mean with that is, if you need these kinds of things for your character to be interesting for a long period of time, you kind of rely on that character having something going on, instead of their character having a situation and they naturally... Like, you need a situation to set things up, yes. But if the setup is what carries them, then you kind of end up with a problem. I still think that at some point this is going to bite me in the ass, because I'm pretty sure that one of these is for Sassy System and I have to account for that. No, it's yes and no, so I have to get them. It has to do with Sassy System being somewhat flatter. I like how that's what you notice, is that Bryce is single. Of course Bryce is single! Like, nothing before this gives any indication that he's... Like, that's the thing. Is... It would have been kind of cute if Lorm or someone was married. And your relationship with them is purely, like, friendship. Like, here's the thing. And something you could do is, like, Ophinia is married to Zhong at that point. Like, let's say that. Like, let's take that. She's married, but she still wants to be a friend. And that's critical to doing what you need to do, you know? It's also kind of weird that you happen to meet, like... Like, a lot of gameplay conveniences are hand-waved very poorly. I can imagine that Bryce doesn't get much free spare time, since, you know, he is commissioner. that's so cute. I really like that he appreciates this. And none of these are bad. They're all nice. An emissary. Now there's a word I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 2. 1 go. It's interesting how, for one, this features... Like, for one, you're referring to yourself as an emissary instead of an ambassador. And two, this is 2 sentences, which doesn't happen that often. Let's keep it nice and simple. And stop when we reach around 200 lines. Say that? That's good. Well, I've done something. I mean, we still... it's like 10%, you know? We did something. Like a little baby something. So that tomorrow, when I come back from the fucking solicit... I don't want to go to the interview. I don't want to... So much stuff. I'm nervous. Why can't there just be a place to work closer to home? Not to mention it means I'm gonna have to go back to work. I mean, on one hand, I'm actually starting to get bored, but I found something. And if I don't get to fucking milk this free time for all the D&D I can squeeze out, I'm gonna be pissed. What a weird way to say that. Yeah, I like how you're trying to make it... It really feels like that would have been a negative. But I guess Bryce is kind of hard. He's a hard boy. He's a tough boy. He can take it. I guess it's like it's a way to make conversation. God damn, you just go... I like how he has a magazine, though. Which is funny because the Dean has a magazine. See? I got to do a couple of lines. We got to go somewhere. I don't think we have a good word for exercise. Do we? See, yeah, it's just that, but that doesn't really work. Drillen, misschien? That's a bit harsh. Like, drilling is like hardcore exercising. I always misspell exercise, but now that I see it, it all makes sense again. I like how there's multiple good options, too. That's nice. I don't get this. Like, why is it heh? He's like, heh. And even then, he has a really big laugh. He should be like, ha ha! Or at least, ha! You know? I can't imagine being like, heh. I imagine being like, ha! A lot of lung in there. Oh, big lungs, big boy. Big lungs for big boys. And he's got a big body. A lot of lung. This is basically the same. Like, it's basically the same, but I have to rephrase a couple of things. Like, here, I say you just haven't seen enough humans to tell the difference, you know? Which is true. And it kind of allows for the PC to be more vague, because, you know, dragons don't know what they're looking at. Except for Reza. And Reza's pretty bog standard. I like how... Like, the thing is, he does this boat thing because... Like, yeah, I like how fucking Bryce threatens you with violence. But the thing that gets me is... Here's the thing that gets me. Bryce does this to train his dexterity. Why is it... Like, it's implied that he does it primarily for the dexterity's sake. Like, he wants to be better. But then why... I don't know. We'll get to it later. He gets so mad, though. And there I go. Anything else to note? Nope. I like how... Hey, he plays wooden. Let's see what that is. Wooden, wooden, wooden. Oh no, wooden too. I wonder why I didn't play then. Who's the Parkinson? What? Was that really an option? I like how we don't know what Parkinson's is. Because they probably didn't have anyone named Parkinson's. Because, you know. I just love this. I love that whenever they don't get it, it becomes this very awkward moment. That even if they take it in good stride, it's still awkward and would still technically lower their mood. It's great. Yeah, I think I'm going to follow up on my rule of always doing the bad option. Because I prefer not coming back and on the last episode having to do the bad option. I'm not really... What does that mean? What happens beforehand? Yeah, that's the funny thing is, as you go along, it's kind of weird that you'd suddenly start acting up. Like, what I would say is, as you go along, they just want to stay friends, you know? Like, what happens is, you can't date them. They just want to stay friends, but they don't want to go on dates. It's like, you meet in the town. But you're not, like, trying to further your relationship. It's such a weird word, kwalijk. 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 To take it poorly. Ongewenst. It's not without, to be angry. God damn it. I love how this... Oh, God damn, this is so messy. Oh. Oh. This is just mean. So mean. Like, when you're mean, you're really mean. I mean, I guess that on the second date, being an asshole is kind of worse because they're like, oh, we're so. Like, especially if you impress them. Like, there should be a special one for that. Like, if you go the worst possible route after doing the first. Like, it just needs to be short. It's like they're like, wow. Like, the first time you were, like, amazing, and now you're being an ass. Like, what happened? And you're just like. And they're just like, okay. And they just push you out of the building. It's like a fucking meme. They just slide you out the door. They don't even want to talk. They know the talking's done. They just go and you're out the door. Just a joke ending. And with everyone, it's different. Like with Lauren Ipson, they just sit there quietly and they wait for you to leave. With Anna, she just fucks off because you're in the middle of nowhere and she doesn't care. Bryce slides you out the door. Adina's like, and just very quietly scuffles to the door and leaves. I don't know what happens with Remy, but all I can assume is that Remy starts a threat to call the cops or something like that. You know? Or just stare you down. Like, he stare you down hard. Just like, come on. Which would explain his suicide more. What the fuck, man? Yeah, this is the thing is also the reason I think that at the third date you can't kill characters anymore is at that point a lot of people are dying. Meaning interaction like at that point Anna's dead, Ipsum's about to die, Lorm maybe he dies chapter 4. Yeah, but at that point people are starting to keel over like crazy. Like the killing starts. So there's a degree of like it needs to anticipate that, you know? And that comes with its own complications. I just realized how dehumanizing this is to the characters. Oh, like how he talks about your tail. You don't have that. I know this thing, but I don't know where to start. Dur. Why do I type deer? It's dur. You start by the dur. Why do I remember that? Till out the door? No. Why is this the thing that I'm thinking of? Oh, let's find one with till. Maybe if I look for door. Oh no, it's your tail between your legs. That's what I'm thinking of. I know a good one. I think I know a good one. There we go. That does the door close, as I mentioned, with you outside. There you go. That's nice and snappy. I could say that one, the Durweise. That's still just a funny thing to say. Kicking an open door in. Like, why would you do that? Oh well. I'll see you guys next time. Maybe I'll get more done. Maybe I won't be recording this late.